let's talk about the holy grail of fitness, right? Building muscle and losing fat at the same time. It's called body recomposition. And while a ton of people are chasing it, most don't realize one absolutely crucial thing. How you start this journey pretty much determines if you'll even finish at all.
You know, this quote from Albert Einstein? It is the perfect way to look at this whole topic. The fitness world is just flooded with advice that's too simple. So simple that it's just plain wrong. What we're after are the powerful truths, the simple principles that actually work because they don't gloss over the details that matter.
All right, so let's talk about that start line. This isn't just about day one of a new diet. No, it's about knowing exactly where to point your effort before you even take that first step.
And this is the perfect way to picture it. Think of a sprinter, just coiled with potential, ready to explode from the blocks. That focused, explosive energy, that's exactly what we're tapping into, because your body has that same potential, just waiting for the right signal to launch.
We've all heard that old saying, it's how you finish that matters. But you know what? In fitness, that's kind of a lie. A bad start usually just means you don't finish, period. A smart start, though, one based on the right principles, that sets the entire trajectory for your success.
And that brings us right to the biggest problem, all the noise. The fitness industry has taken the idea of simple and made it simpler. And in doing so, they've created these myths that just hold people back. It is time to cut through all that junk with a little bit of science.
Okay, so let's just tackle these myths head on. First up, the big one. You can't build muscle and lose fat at the same time. This is completely, totally false. I mean, just think about it for a second. Fat and muscle are two completely separate systems in your body. Your body can absolutely take stored energy from your fat cells and use that very energy to build new muscle tissue. And, well, that right there also debunks the other big myth that you must be in a calorie surplus to build muscle. If you've got stored body fat, guess what? You have a built-in energy surplus ready and waiting to be used.
So we've established that recomposition is totally possible. The real question, the important one, is how does it work for you? Because this path is not the same for everyone. The single biggest factor that changes the game is your training experience. You have to know your starting point. So, I gotta ask you, and be honest with yourself, where do you fall on this spectrum? Are you a total beginner, or are you a seasoned veteran in the gym? Your answer changes everything about how you need to approach this.
Now, if you're a beginner, maybe with less than 2 years of serious lifting under your belt, you've basically hit the jackpot. Your body is so new to this, so responsive to training, that it can easily pull energy from fat stores to build muscle. For you, it really is about nailing 3 simple things: getting enough protein, managing your calories correctly, and applying progressive overload, which is really just a fancy way of saying you gotta consistently challenge your muscles to do a little more over time.
But for you veterans out there, the game is completely different. You're much closer to your genetic potential, which means your body is way less responsive. Progress is slow. This is where those simple beginner rules start to fail, and all those finer details, the stuff you used to ignore, suddenly become the only things that will drive progress forward.
All right, so you know where you're starting from, but what about where you're going? See, most people have this very narrow idea of what success looks like. So let's redefine recomposition, because I'm telling you, there's more than one way to win this race.
So here's the official textbook definition. It's all about changing the ratio of muscle to fat. Now, notice what it doesn't say. It says nothing about your total weight on the scale. And this is so key because it opens up the door to 3 totally different ways you can achieve recomposition.
Okay, type 1. This is the one we all dream about, right? You are literally building muscle and losing fat at the exact same time. The number on the scale might not move all that much, but you'll look in the mirror and see a leaner, more muscular person staring back. This is the classic ideal.
Then we have type 2. And this one might actually surprise you. This is where you build muscle, but your actual amount of fat mass stays exactly the same. So, how in the world can you get leaner without losing any fat? Well, it all comes down to some simple math, and it is surprisingly powerful.
Just look at the numbers on the screen. Let's walk through this. Say you start at 180 pounds with 36 pounds of fat. That puts you at 20% body fat. Now you train hard, you eat right, and you gain 10 pounds of pure muscle. Your fat mass hasn't budged, it's still 36 pounds, but now your total weight is 190. So what's your new body fat percentage? Well, 36 divided by 190 is 18.9%. Your body fat percentage went down. You literally got leaner just by building muscle.
And finally, we have the third type. You lose fat while holding on to every single ounce of that muscle you've worked so hard for. And let me tell you, this is a massive win. Why? Because by stripping away the fat, you reveal the shape and the definition of the muscle that was already hiding underneath. And bam, you instantly look more muscular.
And again, let's run the numbers. You start at that same 180 pounds and 20% body fat. You get on a smart plant and you lose 5 pounds of pure fat. And, this is the important part, you maintain all your muscle. Your weight on the scale drops to 175, but your fat mass is now down to 31 pounds. Your new body fat percentage? 17.7%. You are significantly leaner, and every muscle on your body is now that much more visible.
So, think about it. You now know your start line. You know what the destination can look like in 3 different ways. But that leaves one final, crucial question. If the scale can lie to you, how will you actually know you're on the right track?